at UFC 215. All right, here's your tail to tape. Jeremy Stephens, as Joe mentioned in his fighting prime at 31. Gilbert Melendez, now 35 years old. Melendez a half-inch taller. Both fighters weighing in at the 146-pound featherweight limit. El Nino will have the 2-inch reach advantage. All right, now to get you the introductions as we kick off the main card. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada for UFC 215, Nunes versus Shevchenko 2. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 22 wins, 6 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds. Fighting out of San Francisco, California, by way of Santa Ana, California, USA, presenting the former WEC lightweight champion and the former 2-time Strikeforce lightweight champion, Gilbert El Nino Melendez. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record, 25 wins, 14 losses. He stands 5 feet 8 and 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds. Fighting out of San Diego, California, by way of Des Moines, Iowa, USA, presenting the number 8 ranked featherweight contender in the world, Jeremy Little Heathen Stephens. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Jaron Villel.
Jaron Villel, our referee for this one. Vanessa Hansen is here. Thank you, Vanessa. Ready to go. 3 rounds if needed here in the UFC's featherweight division. Jeremy Stephens and Gilbert Melendez making his UFC featherweight debut. We've seen a lot of elite lightweights. Anthony Showtime Pettis, Frankie Edgar, Kenny Florian drop down to 145 pounds. Not sure anyone has looked as good on the scale in that first jaunt down as Gilbert Melendez. Tonight's fight clock is brought to you by Bud Light Living. Melendez in gray, Jeremy Stephens is in black.
Yeah, Gilbert doesn't look drawn out at all at 145 pounds, and maybe this should have been the weight class for him all along. Strong leg kick to open things up by Jeremy. And if you've never seen Jeremy Stephens fight before, he is all about power.
Yeah,
that is the
power,
word.
power.
In everything, in his kicks, his punches, his knees, that high kick knockout of Honey Jason, the uppercut that he knocked out Rafael Dos Anjos with. I mean, he's a killer.
That knee he threw against
Dennis Bermudez.
Oh my goodness. In a crazy fight that he ended with that big knee.
Yeah, it was a good fight, and he landed a bomb. And that's what Jeremy Stephens is capable of doing every minute of the fight. I mean, he never fades. He's got great endurance.
Yes, and that's an important point because he really committed to the cardio and the endurance training when he moved down to featherweight.
Well, I had a conversation with him about it on my podcast, and he talked about long-distance running. And he started doing much more of that to build a strong base of cardio, and he thinks that that's imperative. He thinks that that's something that he was lacking earlier in his career, and now that he has that, he recovers better, and he just has this ability to push a long and continuous hard pace.
You know, you watch Melendez and you watch the Diaz boys, and they don't tend to check as many kicks. And you saw Edson Barbosa really give Gil problems with outside leg kicks. You wonder if Jeremy's going to try to use that. There he is. He's thrown about 4 leg kicks already in this first round. It might benefit him to try that as the fight gets going.
Yeah, I agree with you, especially when Gilbert puts a lot of weight on that front leg and really puts a good bend to it. And he nailed him again, right as you said that.
Most guys that are boxers don't tend to check kicks very well. And Gil's a pretty classic wrestler boxer. That leg
swelling
is already
real
looking
bad.
swollen. Yeah.
There's a nice knot on the shin.
He took some massive kicks from Barbosa. I mean, he got blasted, and only being as tough as Gilbert Melendez is why he was able to stand up through that fight and come on in the 3rd round.
Boy, a lot of guys are going to that low left kick, that low leg kick rather, like right below the knee.
Yeah.
It's such a devastating technique because no one's tough down there.
And the problem is, though, if they check one, you're in a lot of trouble. You're in a lot of trouble if they check one. You got to be careful when you throw that kick. You got to kind of hide it.
Well, Gilbert right now is hiding a limp because that leg is messed up. I mean, he's got a nail in there again.
He's going to have to switch stances soon.
Yeah. It's such a knot, it almost looks like it's cracked.
Is that maybe damage from the Barbosa fight because he took so much damage on that leg?
2 minutes here to go in round one. Melendez spent nearly 1,900 days as the Strikeforce lightweight champion, 2 separate reigns as Strikeforce champ.
Nice right hand by Melendez.
Very nice.
He's got to do more of that. He's going to have to go into the fire with Stevens to get his punches off.
You wonder if he's, oh man, his leg is gone. His leg is gone.
Already.
Yeah, he's in real
It's
trouble.
broken, I think. Joe, you're right. It's messed up really bad. It's messed up really bad, Joe.
Yeah.
Look at that leg.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if it's just a massive knot or if there's some structural damage there.
He needs to change stances maybe. Or do that. Now he's just going forward and taking the fight to Jeremy.
Man, that leg.
Look at that.
Oh, beautiful right hand. And nice jab, too.
Look at Gilbert Melendez knowing that he's in trouble with the leg, just going forward. This reminds me of Stipe Miocic and Junior Dos Santos. Dos Santos landed 2 really nice leg kicks and Stipe just kind of went after him. He can't sit back. Gilbert Melendez needs to go forward and keep taking the fight to Jeremy Stevens.
Just next level heart and toughness, though. I mean, DC, how do you put that out of your mind and press forward?
It's hard. It's very hard because you know if one more lands, he may have to go back down to the ground.
Right.
The swelling on that leg, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane. It looks like there's a rat trying to get out of his knee. I mean, it really does look like a small animal is trapped under his skin. But Gilbert just,
look at that.
Took it right there. Oh,
again.
Man. Right on the button, Jeremy.
Right on that bull.
And Stevens wisely attacks that left leg once again.
He's got to change positions. If he gets back to his feet, he needs to go to try to fight southpaw. It's the only way he will allow himself to stay in this fight.
This is shocking that Jeremy decided to go to the ground with him. I would have thought he would tell him to stand back up. I mean, he could barely stand on that leg. Oh, he nailed him with a big shot there. Now let's see what happens when he goes back to his corner. This fight could be over.
This is 2 fights in a row where he's had these issues with the leg.
Well, this is a big one, though, a real big one. You really think
I'm going to call it time on the break, at the end of the break, to check the leg.
You're taking so much damage, man. You can get kicked, and it just blows up.
At the end of the break,
it's so beat up. You know,
I'm calling time at the end of this break. Timeout to check that leg. Okay?
Here's what's happening.
I need a doctor on deck, please.
When you move back, he's kicking your leg. He's jabbing, you're moving back, he's kicking your leg. When you're coming forward, he's just going backwards, he can't kick your leg.
I'm going to have him check the leg at the
So
break.
we got to be way the hell out, or you're going to have to press forward all the way in, okay? Just breathe. You got this, bro. You got this.
All right, seconds out, please. Seconds out.
The referee, Jaron Goel, came over to the broadcast table and told us he's going to call the doctor in after the break.
The water bottle right there.
Hold on, I'm calling time. Wait. Here we go. Time on the break. Time. Right here,
so
neutral
Jaron
corner.
Goel
You're waiting
time,
right here.
The doctor will be called
Time out right here. Time.
So he decided to do this after
the break.
Yeah. Now he's going to bring the doctor in.
He's in some serious pain.
Yeah? Okay. All right, Doc. Good job.
He's in some serious pain.
Right
But
here.
it's too tough to stop.
There we go.
But if it's just pain, Gilbert Melendez can deal with it.
Yeah. I would throw some wrestling out there.
Switching stances.
Smart. No.
Nice response from this knowledgeable Edmonton crowd as Gilbert Melendez tries to trek onward in this fight against Jeremy Stevens.
Look at Gilbert digging in.
Gilbert's trying to listen to the advice of his corner. Either be way out or be all the way in.
Nice jab by Gilbert. If he could lure Jeremy into a brawl and take away those kicks.
That would be his best bet. Because right here's the danger zone. Because here, Jeremy can let off a kick.
Looked like a knee for Melendez, found the target.
Melendez is having a hard time. He's having a hard time even pushing off that left leg to land that knee. You can see the struggle.
This is smart by Melendez. He has to just be going forward.
And look, Jeremy goes after the other leg.
But that's okay, because that's not the power leg. It's not the power leg. You know, you don't want the right leg kicking. You can see Stevens kick so much harder with his right leg.
Nice combination there by Stevens. BC, when you're an orthodox fighter and you're forced to go southpaw, I mean, how much time do you even spend in that southpaw stance in training?
You don't spend much time there. You know, you don't. I mean, some guys just naturally want to switch. But it's not his preferred stance, obviously. But he can't risk taking too many of these leg kicks.
And Jeremy goes to the inside with his right leg now.
But those are a lot easier to see. Inside kicks are a lot easier than outside kicks to see.
Good hard jab there, gets through for Gilbert.
Look at this little adjustment Melendez has made. He stays southpaw until he gets close enough, and then he'll switch his stance back to conventional. As he gets close and he's out of the kicking range, he'll change his stance.
He's walking Jeremy down here.
Yeah, and landing.
Melendez leaning on that veteran savvy here.
See, there it is. Yeah. See, switch. Now he's back southpaw. When he gets close, he'll start to try to switch again.
That's a very smart veteran move.
Yeah.
He caught one low
right here, gentlemen.
Very smart. He hides that right leg until he gets close enough out of the kicking range, and then he'll switch.
That was the shortest time I think I've ever seen a referee give a guy for getting hit in the cup.
Stevens continues to mix it up well here.
There you go. You see he switched again. Now watch, he's back out to southpaw. Back out to southpaw until he gets close. There it is.
He went to it again.
He got him.
Oh, man.
He got him. He can't take any of those kicks. He's got to stay back southpaw.
Back to his feet. The question is for how long? Crowd trying to keep Gil in this fight.
It's incredible how this game keeps evolving, and that low leg kick is now a primary weapon, and a really devastating one.
It doesn't take many.
You didn't see this technique just 5-6 years ago. It's very rare. Matter of fact, Benson Henderson was one of the first guys I ever saw utilize it in the octagon. Now you see it's pretty much every event.
Yeah.
Some swelling underneath the left eye of Jeremy Stevens. Let's now go into the blue corner of Gilbert Melendez.
What's that? Yeah, pop on the punch. Straight left right here.
Yeah, he's got to. He's got to start
straight left. Yes. Yeah, that straight left.
Smother, make him work.
Keep moving forward, Gil. He's getting tired. Let's go.
You can't kick him when he's been smothered.
Josh Clopton, Nate Diaz.
He didn't like that southpaw either, I don't think.
Jeremy
Catch that kick.
This stance change is making Jeremy work a lot too. Jeremy has not stopped throwing punches and strikes since Gilbert changed position. He just keeps on punching. Look at that. Nice combination.
Oh, beautiful uppercut, and then the hook from Jeremy Stevens. But remarkable that Gilbert Melendez has seen the 10th minute of this fight, given how the early minutes played out.
Jeremy loads up so much on his shots. And right when you say that, he pin pats.
Tries to pin pat, yeah, set him up with some soft punches, because everything can't be power.
Yeah, I mean, and that has been maybe one thing that has held him back in his career, is that he has so much power that he almost relies on it a little bit too much.
The truly elite strikers, though, do change up that tempo.
Nice uppercut.
Oh, dropped him again with that kick. Oh, man, look at the size of the swelling on that shin now.
And just like he did towards the end of the first round, Jeremy Stevens goes to the canvas here. 10 minutes down.
Just like that.
I think I'm down, bro. Hey, you got 5 minutes. No,
Give me the towel.
We're good. Hey, you got 5 minutes, and that's it. You got 5 minutes. Gil, he's not liking your boxing, brother. He's not liking your boxing, okay?
I want you walking down, but he calm down, walking down. He gonna kick you to the body, right? When he kick you to the body, catch it and run over. What do you have? I want you to take him down. Walk him to you, make him kick you to the body, and catch the kick.
You can do any fucking thing for 5 minutes, okay? You got this shit. Hey, walk forward, box him up. You're standing southpaw. Don't go to tradition. Stay in southpaw.
You gotta fucking stand this. Go.
UFC 215, Nunes versus Shevchenko 2 is brought to you in part by 7-Eleven,
Gilbert,
your
can you put your
neighborhood
right?
store.
Yeah. Okay, Gilbert.
Joe, pretty
I need
good
you
job,
to
I
try
thought, by the
stay
corner
standing,
there,
okay? If you
mentally
look like
trying to
you're in
keep
pain,
Gil's head
I
in
need
this
to stop
fight.
this fight if you can't defend yourself, all right? I need you to defend yourself, even when you hit the ground. Defend yourself.
Jaron Villel telling Melendez he needs to defend himself before hitting the ground.
I kind of disagree with that because he is defending himself and he's going down because his leg buckles. I mean, it's what he's doing is a smart tactical maneuver, and he's not staying there. He's getting back up when he's asked to. I mean, we've seen some fights inside the octagon where a guy couldn't get up, where they got leg kicked and the fights were stopped. That's not the case with him.
Once again, trying to do exactly what the corner asked him. Stay southpaw, walk him down. But Jeremy Stephens is fighting a phenomenal fight.
And Jeremy connected with that right hand. And his Thai coach, Johnson Fairtex, was saying, catch the kick, stand southpaw, catch the kick and try to take him down.
Because you know there's no push off the back leg to try to secure a takedown here. A level change would be very difficult for Melendez because of the damage that his leg is taking. So it will take a counter to try to secure a takedown.
Ooh. Well, Stephens hasn't missed 22 of 22.
Oh.
But didn't he check one of those leg kicks?
Yeah, he checked a few of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know who's doing the counting.
We got to call these guys out, Joe. We can't allow them to do this.
I think that was a very important thing you just did.
Somebody would tell us.
Yeah.
Somebody would tell us.
Yeah, when a leg kick lands and it lands in a spot where it's not intended to land because the guy lifted his leg up, that doesn't count as landing.
Stephens continuing to follow up that uppercut with a left hook. Under 3.5 here to go in this third and final round.
And Jeremy, again, he hit him hard on that right leg now. And you're seeing some swelling on that right calf.
That was one of the better kicks that he's landed on the opposite side.
Boy, if he can take out that right leg as well, and I think he's done some damage to it. It's starting to buckle as well. I mean, it's tough to tell what's buckling because he's just not moving so securely. But look how he walks him down.
Still trying to fight. It's a warrior spirit, man, Gilbert Melendez. And what a performance by Jeremy Stephens.
Tagged with that right hand. Gilbert comes right back.
It's the only way that he can fight him right now. But Jeremy's doing a good job of mixing hard strikes and soft strikes.
173. 173, then an overhand. No, regular. Hey, 3-2 now.
Slap 3-2.
Good.
Keep back.
Jeremy Stephens is doing a good job of listening to his coaches too. They yelled through 3-2. He threw the straight right hand. The hook didn't present itself, but he threw the straight right hand. Now, again, that's your lead punch whenever the guy is fighting you southpaw.
Jeremy's fighting an excellent fight. Oh, beautiful. Two in a row. Oh, man.
How about Melendez?
It's tough as nails.
That even got Stephens his respect.
Look at that. He just clapped for him.
Gilbert Melendez is as tough as they come.
And Jeremy, again, is choosing to try to attack that right leg as well.
It's crazy when you see a guy fight with that type of heart, how the performance of the other guy almost gets lost. But I want to make sure we give credit to Jeremy Stephens for looking phenomenal tonight. I mean, he looks as good as we've ever seen him.
That's a real good point, because sometimes you cover the guy who's surviving more than you cover the guy who's putting the beating on him.
And how about the output, too? I mean, this guy has thrown almost 250 significant strikes.
And still got this kind of power. Nice knee there by Gilbert. It's that power that he carries deep into the rounds. It's so interesting. I mean, Jeremy really has worked on that endurance, but the power is always there with this kid.
It's a guy who's been on the UFC roster more than 10 years, made his UFC debut on his 21st birthday against Dean Thomas at UFC 71.
Those body shots are nasty.
Ripping
they're
him
taking
to the
an effect.
body.
They're taking an effect on Melendez. You saw him take a back step right after he got hit with those first two a couple minutes ago.
And he goes high with that shot. Oh.
Watch the body here.
Ooh.
That one forced Gilbert Melendez to his back.
You know, surprising that Jeremy doesn't just make him get up, and he nailed him there on the get up. Oh, and down again. Big shots from Stevens. But this gives Gilbert a chance to recover.
Yeah, he's in half guard here. Very easy for Jeremy to go to three-quarter mount here. Just push that leg down, slide the knee right through, thread it.
Stevens continues to apply pressure here down the stretch. Melendez perhaps chasing a moral victory by going the distance on one leg. Outstanding performance for Jeremy Stevens tonight.
That's a big win for him.
Huge.
And you put that up with wins over Dennis Bermudez and Renan Barao.
Huge win.
One of the biggest performances of Stevens' career. And let's get to the fight replay. It is brought to you by Bud Light.
What did he just scream?
Living.
I don't know if we can even say what he just screamed. He said he is a real mother. Those leg kicks were brutal early in the fight. Jeremy Stevens throwing those leg kicks. Must have saw it in the Barbosa fight. Melendez does not check kicks very well. Gilbert essentially fought on one leg, and Jeremy Stevens fought the perfect fight. You see a guy that generally powers up every time. This time he took his time, found his shots, and they were very effective because of it.
Yeah, it was really the first techniques he was throwing within the first couple minutes that were landing and just taking out the shin. Just massive swelling, really hampered the movement. But then on top of it, his work output. You talked about the sheer volume he landed.
Right.
Very impressive.
And there's Gilbert Melendez, certainly disappointed. He seemed to express to his corner after round 2 that maybe he didn't have anything left. But as I mentioned at the start of that third round, I thought the corner did a nice job mentally keeping him in the fight. And Melendez somehow digs deep and survives another 5 minutes. Certainly a disappointing return for El Nino tonight. But again, here's a guy whose stock goes up arguably with the loss given that aforementioned toughness. And there's Jeremy Stevens talking to Joe Rogan. Stevens came over, thanked Sean Shelby for the fight here tonight. He liked this matchup. Stevens wanted to fight a guy who he didn't feel like he'd have to be chasing the whole night. Jeremy Stevens was on point tonight. Let's get to the official decision brought to you by Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 30-26, 30-26, and 30-25 for the winner by unanimous decision, Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens.
Hey, congratulations, Ryan. I know it's your wedding day, baby. What's up? Wish I was there.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens, who postponed his wedding for a little bit to get this matchup because you knew what a matchup this would be. Gilbert Melendez, one of the toughest guys to ever do it, and you knew that he was going to come straight at you, and it was really the perfect kind of fight to showcase your style.
Yeah, it's good. Welcome back. Thank you, Canada! What's up, baby? Hey, real quick, gotta give a shout out to my boy Ryan. He actually got married today. You know, for the Canadian fans, I was supposed to get married September 3rd. Sean Shelby calls me up, says Gilbert Melendez. I said, who? He said, Gilbert Melendez. I go, let me make one phone call to my fiance real quick. We gotta push the wedding back. I got the coolest chick in the world, Cindy Lopez. We're about to get married here in 2 weeks, and it cannot be fucking greater. Yes!
Jeremy, those low leg kicks were a huge factor in this fight. You landed them early. You took away a lot of his movement. Was that something you had anticipated and planned for, or did you just see it in the moment?
You know, no offense, but Gilbert Melendez has been around for a long time. I just don't think he's evolved. He's got a real wide boxing stance. Barbosa, one of the nastiest leg kickers in the game at 55. Put an end to him. I got great leg kicks. People worry about my hands so much, they forget about my leg kicks. We weren't worried about the takedowns. You take me down 15 times, I get up 16, and I keep fucking coming. That's what we do, baby.
Congratulations on a spectacular performance.
Hey, thank you, Joe Rogan. Thank you, Sean Shelby, for this fight. Again, Cindy, I love you very much, baby. I'm coming home winner, baby. Yeah!
Jeremy Stevens, ladies and gentlemen.
Unbelievable performance by Jeremy Stevens. Showed that he can make adjustments for the fight that he's in. I thought that this was the best Jeremy Stevens that we have seen in a very long time. He didn't seem to be worried too much about getting the knockout, and everything worked because of it.
Yeah,